What's up? What's happening? Welcome here to a special 5-year anniversary special on LSN. I'm Travis Seldridge. 5 years ago tonight, I was standing in this place on this set as we launched Lax Sports Network. Things have changed a lot since then. We've moved here into a brand new studio, brought you a number of big games, and covered the sport the way no one has before. Over the next 2 hours, we're going to look back at some of those special moments and the people that have made LSN what it is today. But we start by looking back at how it all started 5 years ago tonight. Here is how we launched LSN. Sports and media have had their share of pioneers and moments. First, there was Pete Rozelle. His vision set in motion the second longest running primetime show in television history, Monday Night Football. And then there was Roone Arledge. He brought a personal narrative to sports through the coverage of the Olympics and on Wide World of Sports. When ESPN debuted in 1979, no one thought there was an appetite for a 24-hour sports network. But boy, was there ever. Through the years, sports and media have evolved through innovations such as the instant replay, the clock and score, and the yellow first down line. Today, in this heads-down world, sports fans consume their sports content beyond the back sports page in their trusty remote. More and more people are cutting the cord and turning to their favorite digital devices to enjoy the best in sports coverage. Tonight, we offer you a look through the digital lens at the sport of lacrosse. Welcome to Lax Sports Network. Our goal is to amplify the game, whether you're picking up the stick for the first time or you're a lifelong laxer. Who we are tonight and what you will experience months from now will most likely look totally different as we announce games and programs that appeal to fans through all corners of lacrosse, including men's and women's, college and pro, field and box, the recruiting circuit, and the skills development, which is so important to advancing the game. We think that each of you will find something that keeps you coming back during this journey. The moment for a digital sports network dedicated to the sport of lacrosse premieres right now.
The fastest growing sport for a generation. Now at a crossroads to take the next step forward for thousands upon thousands, this is the moment. The moment to gleam within the spotlight. In a sport known for its hustle, power, and touch, there is no better moment than now. The moment when someone breaks free from the shackles of mediocrity.
What is that? Oh, there's a highlight film shot. Gary Gates.
That fleeting moment, did it capture you?
Oh, the crease dive. Oh, my goodness, what a goal. My unbelievable.
Did the moment bring the skill, the remarkable, the awe? Because that moment is gone in the blink of an eye. Tonight begins this moment when the unconventional rises and declares, this is our moment. Savor this moment. Embark on this journey. Let's foster the next generation of moments. Every single one of them. The ones worthy of revival, and the ones standing at the ready to be immortalized. What a moment that will be. That moment begins now.
So that is how we came on the air 5 years ago today. And one of the other first voices you heard right here on LSN, a guy that because of this place has become one of my best friends, analyst and host Chris Marshall. And Chris joins us now. Chris, 5 years, buddy. I wasn't sure we were going to make it at the very beginning, but it's pretty cool to look back on 5 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, where does the time go? I mean, when you look at that and just remembering coming in, moving to Boston to be a part of LSN, meeting you guys, doing all the dry runs that we did for the month leading up to launch. There's a lot of great memories and a few rough shows, but a lot of fun, to say the least.
Yeah, and we're talking about all the different moments on this show that we've broadcast here on Lax Sports Network. And the college games, I think, were, at least for me, when from starting in January of 2016 to now, the college games is, I think, where we first solidified ourselves as like, hey, we're here and we're going to be a presence in the sport. And some of those early games that we had, Hofstra and Princeton, and then Harvard and Duke down on Long Island, I think were really instrumental in us becoming what we are today. What are your memories of some of those first college games we had a chance to bring to the lacrosse world?
Well, I think it was great. And I remember sort of the excitement building when we'd get a big out-of-conference game or neutral site game. I know we got Penn State a couple of times early on when they were really cooking with gas. But I think for me, it was the opportunity to get some of those other games that I had the most fun doing. I had the opportunity to do a Hill Academy game where you're looking at Jeff Teat and Ryland Reese, Jared Inacio, and a bunch of guys on a squad that you see go on to now be professionals and playing at a really high level. So kind of being able to track them through, and then even some of the MCLA and Division III games. I remember out at the Mustang Classic out of Stevenson and seeing Ryan Lee playing for RIT, just tearing it up, and thinking to myself, man, he's got some ability. I'm looking forward to seeing him and what he does next, and seeing these players grow over the course and offer some opportunity to cover some of kind of the lesser knowns that we're always really excited to have somebody like us there covering the game.
Yeah, I think we count ourselves as lucky as having a chance to broadcast games involving some of these great players. Chris, we're going to say goodbye to you and leave the people with a look back at some of the best college moments seen right here on LSN.
Lax Sports Network presents the College Lacrosse Game of the Week. Live from Sherwood Stadium in Hempstead, New York, the 13th ranked Hofstra Pride hosts the Princeton Tigers of the Ivy League. Turns around, fires, and scores.
Offense again, they don't have to rush. Shot clock is off.
Osman behind the back, sneaks past Concannon, and Princeton is back on top. So overtime about to begin, and Clark was able to clamp down on it, and Courier has an early beat on it. Ground ball picked up by Hofstra though. Brendan Lynch ahead of the pack. Hofstra, here's an opportunity. 4-on-3, Byrne goes low, shoots, scores, Hofstra wins. Back for Hofstra, the points have really come from the midfield. Byrne, whoa! That was impressive, Josh Byrne. The Duke Blue Devils are always in the conversation for a national title, and this year is no different. Led by one of the game's best players in Miles Jones, Duke comes into today with the country's second highest scoring offense. It's a top 15 clash as the Blue Devils and Crimson battle in Hempstead. Joe Lang cutting. Lang looking right on the crease. Quick stick goal. Brendan Newman puts it in for a 12 spot.
They look sharp on both ends, in between the lines, and even they finish off there with a huge check against arguably the best player in the country. So just a little exclamation point there as the game ends.
Well, celebration is on for Harvard twofold. They knock off number 4 Duke, and they do it in regulation.
Live from Ford Field on the campus of SMU, the defending national champion and number 1 team in the nation, the Denver Pioneers, taking on the Penn State Nittany Lions. This is Sanders. Rolling towards the front. Fees. Oh, that's a pretty goal. Daniel Craig with a highlight reel finish. The Nittany Lions have a 2-goal edge. Amen fires and scores. The largest lead of the game for the Nittany Lions. It's now 11-7 over number 1 Denver. Upsets is complete. Penn State 15-10 winners over the defending national champion and number 1 ranked Denver Pioneers.
Look, it's late March, so it's just one win. It's not even in conference. But with what you guys have dealt with, whether it be in the offseason, throughout this year, what's the value of this win against the top team in the country?
I will say this, just taking it away from the value, just the value of having these guys smile after the summer that we went through and the year that we've gone through, and watching these guys tear up and show emotion about a teammate. This is it's a great feeling. So I'm happy for these guys. I'm proud of them. You take anything about RPI or wins out of it, and you just say you can just feel great for these guys that they can smile.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Financial Field. The first semifinal, of course, North Carolina and Loyola. The second one, the top seed Maryland, the 5 seed Brown.
It's a great opportunity, and there's the ball game. And what was this? Colin Heacock, the game winner for Maryland. The Terps are going back to the national championship game to take on North Carolina on Monday.
Jack Kelly played wonderful. They were riding him the whole time. Unbelievable lacrosse game. Fans got treated to something special. And as we talked about it earlier, the keys, that 1-2 punch, Rambo to Heacock at the end in overtime, really turned out to be, the backbreaker there.
There it is. Wow. Who else but Chris Cloutier? Unreal.
I don't think anything's changed. As much as we have all this development, and kids come to you maybe a little bit better, it's not what you do, it's what you do when you get there, and to me, players are made, they're not born, and they got to buy into the culture, and they got to work hard on getting better. And we've always had a great culture there.
At what point in the game were you like, you know what, the Terps, they're going down, it's the Tar Heels year?
You could see the energy level that UNC brought to the field. And again, we talked about it when we Skyped in last week. This is the first time they went to a noon game. Maryland had the late game on Friday night. It was 1,000 degrees, no excuse against them. They looked a step slower to me the entire game.
The 2017 college lacrosse season is officially underway, and Lax Sports Network begins the season with a little bit of history. Tonight, live from Krensler Field in Cleveland, Ohio, it's the first ever Division I college lacrosse game for the Cleveland State Vikings as they host the Michigan Wolverines.
Stretching out the defense right now. I mean, they're kind of faking in the crease. They're almost going an open set, and then when they dodge, they put one guy on.
Wendell goes top shelf and scores the first goal of the game.
From Short Stadium in Hempstead, New York, it's women's lacrosse as the Hofstra Pride play host to one of the perennial powerhouses in the women's game, the #1 ranked Maryland Terrapins.
What about Wanted? Check out this individual effort from Caroline. Makes the knockdown, scoops up the ground ball, spins, and she's going to win. The 18-7 your final of this one. Zoe Stukenberg. She came on Lax Sports Network this week. That's why she scored 5 goals.
Got to be what it is.
Yeah, lesson to all you players out there. If you come on LSN, you're going to have a great game.
We have an in-state rivalry today. The Towson Tigers hosting the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. Drenner curls and scores. First one today for Ryan Drenner, his 10th of the season. And Towson matches its largest lead in the number 16. Towson Tigers pull off the upset and knock off number 7 Johns Hopkins. Snowy conditions pushed a top 20 matchup back, but now we're ready for number 17 Ohio State and number 11 Towson. Ohio State stays undefeated, improves to 8-0. And 3-0 on the road, number 17 in the country, topping number 11 Towson. We have a 2016 NCAA tournament rematch. Towson upset the number 2 seed Denver a year ago in the Mile High City. Now the two teams meet in Towson, Maryland. Woodall is a transfer from High Point, so they did not go against each other in the NCAA tournament a year ago. Canizaro's second. A fist pump and a 5-goal lead for Denver. Ball comes loose. Adams had it. And the ricochet back in for Walker. Denver is back up 4 goals.
And handing Hofstra their first loss of the year. Clean face-off win for Gallagher. Gallagher charging ahead, moving right on the crease. Tierney's shot stopped in front. The shot again on the rebound save by Granito. Drexel victorious today, and there are no more remaining unbeaten teams in NCAA Division I lacrosse.
Never quite got through, stripped of the ball, it's loose in front, collected by JMU, backhand shot finished. What a finish by number 28, Elena Romsberg.
And that'll do it. For the second straight year, the CAA tournament is coming to Johnny Unitas Stadium. The Towson Tigers defeat the Hofstra Pride 10-8 and claim home field advantage for next week's CAA tournament.
Like I said, dude, that's not a Colorado play. No. Q's going to heave it towards the goal, and a goal! A goalie goal! A goalie goal in Salt Lake City, Utah. A goalie goal. I don't care who you cheer for. That was amazing.
Coach, we can hear the emotion in your voice. That last huddle after the game, what did you say to the team? What did the team say back to you? Who addressed you? If you could share that.
Well, the big thing was, just told them that I loved them, and they're my 49 sons, and that I'll always be there for them and help out in any way I can.
Got a sprint here.
Tierney, his pass well outside for Byrne. Turnover with the second to play. They let it go. Does it count? It does! UMass stuns Hofstra. Dan Muller does the job as time expires.
CAA Player of the Year, Haley Warden. Now over to Hannah Haven. Still 30 seconds on the possession clock. In traffic, bounce shot goes! The CAA Player of the Year coming up when they need it most. James Madison headed to the championship game. As for now, this is Sinakori. Feet in front, Asher wins it! History for Elon. For the first time in program history, they've won a conference tournament game. The sites for today's championship game in the NCAA Division I between Ohio State and Maryland. So Ohio State is into the national championship game for the first time in school history. As for Maryland, well, they've been here before. This is now their 10th championship game appearance since winning their last title back in 1975.
This is the best feeling I ever had. Words can't express this. The 4 years this team fought, all the alumni up there, I love them so much. And ever since this program started, we, I don't even know what to say. It's too much, it's exciting.
Coming to Maryland was so much more. This is more than a lacrosse team. This is a family, and this was everything I ever dreamed or hoped of. This was way more.
It chooses to do.
Camizio, the defensive midfielder, feeds. Seibel wins it!
Wow.
Villanova.
What a game.
Its second straight upset of the season. The Wildcats take down number 5 Yale.
In Amherst, Massachusetts, the Minutemen of UMass host the top-ranked team in the country, the Albany Great Danes. Anthony Reale, the short stick D-mini, bounce speed from Nanticoke, and Field scores! My goodness. No scoring yet, nearly 4 minutes into quarter number 2. Oh, man. Wow. Fields to Nanticoke. My goodness, another outstanding play. Nanticoke there. He comes in and flings it home in the upper left 90 this time. The 4th goal for the freshman, Dahoka Nanticoke.
He's so smooth when he moves across.
That duo at it again. Bottom shelf this time. Nanticoke. Nanticoke hanging out in the middle. Fields crashing. He scores as the flag comes in. Fields with the rock.
He's got the shorty here. This is a tough match for them. Wow.
Off the top of the crossbar and down. Fields and Dahoka and Nanticoke combined for 10 goals, 10 assists, and this thrashing.
They're a work in progress, and the fact that they got out today and they really looked for each other and they really worked well together, and then integrated the rest of the team with them as well, and that's what they have to do moving forward. They got to be able to be a dual threat, and it'll be pretty hard to stop when they can go out and play like that.
We're trying not to let it get to our heads. We keep telling each other it's only a number, right? So it's March now, so we want to be number 1 at the end of May, and right now we're trying to do everything we can just to get better and better each week, and we're not focusing on a number next to our name right now. We're just focusing on improvement individually and with our team.
Short Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University, the 9th-ranked team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels visit the Hofstra Pride. Shot clock is on now as Giannis, has it off a screen from Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh gets it back, shovels a shot behind him, and he beats Pazula.
Channeling his inner Lyle Thompson.
Jumped out on North Carolina. led 7-0 at halftime, and they knock off the Tar Heels.
We have a matchup of two of the top teams in the nation as the number 3 Duke Blue Devils at 6-1 visit the 20th ranked Towson Tigers. Towson stays in zone. Creeping back up top. And line. There's Goddarding. Kabang. Duke retakes the lead.
Coach, what do you take away from this weekend now as you get set for the back half of this schedule to get ready for, the ACC tournament, the postseason of what? What do you take away from this weekend from your team?
I think it was great. It was spring break. We spent a lot of time together. We spent time now this weekend on the road, which was really important. And I think that we still got a long way to go.
They haven't been generating as many opportunities as they'd like to.
Spence to Bennett, the backhand goes again.
Boy!
Balance for both teams. You never know where it's going to come from. Down low, they get it. Going low and scoring. Frommer. What a big one for the redshirt freshman. Because he didn't have a backup. And Towson will head back to the CAA tournament for the 7th straight time. And the broken play, they find Bowering off the pipe. Wow. Man. Reed Bowering from point-blank range.
A bid to the CAA title game is at stake. Chetner with Duff defending. Chetner the feed. Severo the score! Towson's going back to the CAA championship game. The defending champions have been knocked off. And for the first time in 6 years, the UMass Minutemen are CAA champions and are going to the NCAA tournament.
Was up to the challenge in the first overtime period.
Right to the front, and there's the winner. Who else? Kristen Gaudian, the CAA scoring leader. Well, no overtime necessary this afternoon. The James Madison Dukes leading wire to wire. CAA champions for the 11th time in school history.
From the time kids first pick up a lacrosse stick, this is the dream. The Memorial Day weekend stage is set. Just 4 teams are left here at Gillette Stadium. By the end of today, we will be down to just 2.
So many great guys that I love to death and we'll go to battle with any day of the week. And the credit to Duke, they played a great game.
Just incredibly proud of our guys. Just kept battling and fighting like they have all year. So obviously very disappointed to see the journey end.
It wasn't too big of a stage. I think that was the biggest concern for a lot of people. We came out and we played Wesleyan lacrosse.
Back when Game 1 was played back on February 1st, more than 70 teams had the goal of hoisting a championship trophy here on Memorial Day. Now we're down to 2. Yale and Duke, the last ones standing. One more game, one more opportunity, one more chance to forever call yourself a national champion. I know this is always the dream, but could you have imagined the season playing out the way it did?
I mean, it's really hard to imagine. We just kind of hope, and we worked every day for it, and ended up working out in our favor.
This is the one thing we set out to accomplish, and we freaking did it. So, amazing feeling right now. Just amazing.
Championship Sunday is here at Laval Stadium. Matt Shortis and Tracy Wiener with you.
Standing here with the national champion coach, Shelly Claysball.
And we've got a loose ball push. He'll give it to Hopkins. Quickly the other way, and Epstein on the board for the first time in his Hopkins career. Alex Woodall is still in there. Wins another one to Brendan Sunday. Give him a 6-pack. The upset is complete. The Tigers knocking off the 7th-ranked team in the country, 17-8. Now to King, around to Mailman. Shimmy shake, and he delivers. Colin Mailman's got his 2nd straight hat trick. And still no DeHoga. Has not played since about the 11-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. Excuse me? Here he is, the old announcer jinx, as DeHoga draws the quick double team. No look pass. Patterson's got 4. DeHoga with his first assist of the day. Wide. Albany last year. We saw it in the tournament against Loyola. Nanacoke, one-man show. DeHoga Nanacoke making his presence felt. Working from X, gets it back out top to Sunday. Sunday
Bodies down the alley, dives across! Brendan Sunday with a highlight reel finish. Hanlon shakes, finds Lindley on the backside.
Oh my gosh.
How did Canto keep it out?
What a save. Canto.
Tyler Canto is save number 12, and it is by far his best. What's up in the stick of Spencer?
It's an example of how much they trust Lindley, though, right? They throw the ball to him no matter what, if he's guarded or not. But they're also really looking for a spark here, for something to happen.
Spencer finally gets one to
There you
go.
Left, and then really came back with 7. Really well done by Towson.
Woodall wins the faceoff, and that will do it. For the first time since 1992 and the third time ever, the Tigers have knocked off the #1 team in the country.
They're not getting slide drawn from the inside.
Big hit from from Beckwith to get the ball back. Dylan Beckwith laying the lumber. And here he comes quickly. Beckwith, one-handed finish.
Are you kidding me?
There's one for the highlight reel. Scored his 6th goal of the game, which ended up being the game winner. Step down from Ford. A different hero tonight, but 2 for 2 on the week for Fairfield, and the Stags win it in overtime.
Has been so familiar, such an integral part of that program. Wow.
That one might count. Ryan Tierney just tased the top of the net. Far, Kitchen is scoreless. Kitchen, tough shot, buries it. Flags come in after the finish.
Never a dull moment when you're looking at the Minutemen. Behind the back finish. The freshman Gabriel Prosek won for his highlight reel. Bucaro, one of the fastest guys on the field at the moment. And he works for Max, looking for the dive. And it's good. Daniel Bucaro, his first goal of the game, his 14th of the season.
So Joe Amplo just knows his team needs to limit these
back-to-backs, and they got a hidden ball trick off. Ryan Terefenko scores. Gabe Stein was looking to the left side, and the goal was wide open, and Terefenko scores.
6 Buckeye tallies. Look right on the crease, and a behind-the-back goal for Trey LeClaire.
And another chance for an extended possession for the Minutemen. Big pick at X. Cutnella gets it back to Conley, backhand finish. Chris Conley showing off the muscles. He's got a hat trick, and UMass is back up 1. Delaware gave him their best shot. But UMass, the defending CAA tournament champions, they do it again in the regular season. The Minutemen are your top seed. The CAA tournament will be at Garber Field next week. Colin Mailman races in. Backhand finish. Colin Mailman's got a hat trick. And they are headed to the CAA championship game. For the first time since 2014, the Dragons will play for the CAA title. Frommer trying to get around that crease. He can at first, tries again. How did he squeeze it in? And the Tigers, once again roaring as the top team in the CAA. For the 4th time in 5 years, the Tigers, your CAA tournament champions.
Perella corrals it. Now Perella gonna try to outrun the defense. Alyssa Perella still with it. Shoots and scores! 2nd of the game for Perella, number 84 on the season. 3rd consecutive year, James Madison is your CAA Women's Lacrosse Champions.
When we look at the other semifinal, the first one, Virginia and Duke, it's been more than 3,000 days since the Cavaliers have beaten Duke. When you can put that in a game note for a program, that's insane when you look at these two programs. How big of a hurdle is it for Virginia knowing that Duke's been the team that's kind of been a bugaboo for them?
Yeah, 19 of 20, 11 in a row. It's the game they wanted, though.
You know, we came here as a team, and we're leaving as a team. And for that, the tears come from the realization that it's over.
Kind of at a loss for words, just based off of the fact that the season's over.
It's Championship Monday, a live look at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Yale, Virginia, 1 will go home, the 2019 national champion.
For Virginia, year 3 under Lars Tiffany, I think people expected him to compete
Is this ahead of schedule for Virginia to be championship game Monday at this point?
And to end it this way, it's honestly surreal.
This game was given to us by Native Americans. It was, the creator. They played the piece of the creator, but they also played it to train their young men to be grown men, to be warriors in certain tribes. And it's meant to be played physically. It's meant to be played aggressively. And so I appreciate that we were allowed to play the game today the way it's meant to be played.
You all have been here several times. You've won a lot of national championships. What makes this one so special?
I think it's just, every year's different and every journey's different. And this team has just such powerful chemistry, and they've been so much fun to coach. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of it.
Forte.
Tierney, skip past to McIntosh.
Everything's going for him right now.
Gorgeous feed. 8 points for Ryan Tierney. That ties a career high. As Teat on the doorstep has his first goal of the afternoon. Second point of the day for the senior from Brampton, Ontario. Boyle, great catch by Long. The freshman's got 4. What a afternoon for the freshman Michael Long. Today we feature the #1 team in the country, the top-ranked Yale Bulldogs, making the trip to Amherst to visit UMass. And you look at the Inside Lacrosse media poll, Yale, a unanimous #1 team after beating Penn State last weekend. UMass trying to do something they've never done under head coach Greg Cannella, which is beat the #1 team in the land. Here's Kevin Tobin working from X, getting the start at attack today. Nice move, and he finishes. Hang a lantern up in the Old North Church. Tell your friends, UMass has knocked off the #1 team in the country. 13-10 your final. The Minutemen completing the upset. It's the #2 Nittany Lions versus the #5 Big Red. Now on Lax Sports Network.
Greg Cornell right now, they're doing a great job of being patient, waiting for that right shot to come. They're not forcing anything.
There's Jeff Teats first of the day. For a minute to go. Unsettled situation for the Nittany Lions. Ament behind the back. Pretty finish. Oh, put that one on the highlight reel. Kevin Hill, and it's 2 in a row for Penn State. Hill moves it along. O'Keefe dodges, gets back to the left hand. Overhand shot goes. Another one for Mac O'Keefe. Penn State's back within 4. Ament now triggering to the top of the box. Sidearm pass, and that one trickles in. Dylan Falls has tied it up. We've got a flag down as TJ Cannellin comes out of it. Here comes Cannellin. Long pole chance. We're all tied up.
Always going to draw the flag.
Mac O'Keefe. The Nittany Lions have taken the lead. A hat trick for Mac O'Keefe, and Penn State has come all the way back.
Gotta be ready. Someone's gotta be ready to slide.
Teat has his man on an island. Trying to get the hand free. He does. Jeff Teat ties it. So we're all knotted up with 18 seconds left. It's Jake Glatz who wins the clamp. Ball pushes forward. It's still loose. Cornell with the ground ball. Here come the Big Red. They got 10. Score! It's the face-off man, Petrakis. The Big Red have a lead with 8 seconds to go, and that will do it. Somehow, the Big Red from up 7 to down 2 to winners here at the Crown. Man, were there some good moments in there. Well, we are just getting started here on the LSN 5-year anniversary special. Still to come, we look back at some of the most memorable high school plays and moments that we've broadcast, with plenty of names that you may not have recognized then, but you surely do now. Plus, world champions have been crowned here on LSN. We'll revisit the great moments in international lacrosse on our network. And here's a little look behind the curtain, a peek at what it's like behind the scenes here at Lax Sports Network. This is the LSN 5-year anniversary special. Welcome back. 5 years ago, when we launched the network, the goal was to cover all levels of the sport. Part of what LSN wanted to do was bring more eyes to the up-and-coming talent in lacrosse, and we certainly have done that. For a generation of players that are now college stars, you may have gotten your first taste of their talent by watching them right here on Lax Sports Network. We were talking about players like Jeff Teague, Joey Epstein, and Brendan O'Neill before they ever stepped on a college field. Why don't we take a look back at the best of our high school coverage.
At Brandow, operating from X. And makes the play! The last two for Brandow. And Boys Latin has beaten Gonzaga for the second straight year.
Patience here by Brunswick. Tuckanavich got room for a moment. It skitters in.
There it is. There's the hardware for the Gonzaga Purple Eagles. 7th straight year. And standing alone, those 17 seniors, with what ends up being their 19th victory of the season.
Shockey and Sandoval. Sandoval claims free, and he pulls it out and he wins.
Here's Morrill, gets topside, and he scores! Jackson Morrill gets McDonough on the board early. Here's Wisnauskas, wants to get to his left, gets inside, and he scores! Now Morrill, from behind the cage, as he's done all night long. Draws the slide, and finds Sorrow for the goal. And that will do it. The long wait is over for McDonough. MIAA A champions for the first time since 2005. The Eagles rule the Baltimore lacrosse world.
And just how intense does this get? The Bears stampede.
This is it here. This is what they wait for all spring. This game.
Here at the prestigious school in Bethesda, and it's really been a big part. Chance here, score! What a goal put in the back of the net by Bryson Shaw.
To me, it was very much a no-brainer to put him number one.
Look at this, Connor with the step down. Schellenberger. Silla one-on-one. The dodge, the turn, the score! Oh, man! Schellenberger with 15 seconds. Aronson, man by Johnson. 12 seconds. Down low. They get the feed and the score! Aronson right on the doorstep with inside 9 seconds to go. Clock starts up. And out of the pack with it, Wilmans. And that will seal it. Bullis on Landon's home field has stunned the Bears this afternoon. The Bulldogs season ends with 7 straight wins and an IAC title for the second time in what's 4 years.
What's there? We've got somebody now.
Jackaboys from X taken away and behind the back.
Situation, one face-off, and you see the head of his stick just went a little too early. And so it's Chase Mullins from the class of 2021, a current high school sophomore from Virginia, who will be hoisting the trophy.
Final game, what are the emotions right now, and what are you doing, being the old coach you are, to make sure that you do your job in this game?
I've just kept busy and walked my dog during every free period, as I usually do, but I'm not sure I'm any more nervous than I would normally be for a big game. Obviously, we'd like to go out with a win the last time out, but if we don't, we've had a great season.
They come in to this field today, and they got a big goal out of Stevenson a moment ago. Epstein, his second.
And one guy we haven't seen for Landon today is Joey Graham, someone who kind of came on strong late in the season.
Epstein with the shake and the score.
Here comes the pressure. Can he avoid it? Shoots it one-handed and ends up in the back of the net. Joey Epstein.
Tough loss to St. Albans. Nice roll dodge for Epstein with the one-hand goal. Here's that Epstein-Finley matchup. Using the goal as a pick. Same move, second time, same result. Epstein thinking hat trick. Sets up and he's got it.
Some say it may even help them the way they kind of ended up. And again, Epstein showing how to do it. And again, your IAC champions as they dominate Bullis 18-7.
Morta on the run. Briefly doubled by Giles. Sets up and scores. Gonzaga comes all the way back from a 4-goal deficit. 5 unanswered. And shocks Landon on its home field. Michelle, nice slide, and behind the back, Keating. Gonzaga leads.
little bit of an adventure there, but where's Jack Myers?
Nice feed to Brown, who had to go behind the back.
That they were playing so fast, but maybe being a little sloppy throwing the ball away.
Oh, just not enough of it. Scanlon squeezes it past Walker for another one.
Up to the challenge, but we're going to get a quick penalty flag. And right on net, and Culver wasting no time on the board for Madronic.
He had to scrap and claw just to win a couple of faceoffs.
You get a brief glimpse at what Chase Scanlon can bring to the game off the wings.
Turn and score.
You see Trainer with a roll dodge. Makes his defender stumble. Good job knowing where the crease was.
Oxenhurst just got juked. How about the moves of Robinson?
This is a typical Canadian toe drag, and then just power. Even they could do this.
From behind the back, putting on a show. Cam Chavette with the feed to Michael Robinson, goes around the world.
Robinson, who missed on the behind the back before, this time takes it around the world.
Quickly the other way. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Out to Robinson, steps through, falling down, gets it to go.
See if Culver can beat the clock. Hiltz looking for the hat trick. Shot, score. Owen Hiltz.
Along with Hiltz, top of that zone. Hiltz on the move, double teamed on the slide, able to escape, tie game!
Nice job, simple pass down. Cuts right in front of his man who's looking to get set up.
Now Williams. Dives across, another one for Dyson Williams. He's got 4 in the first quarter.
Now in his second year as a starter.
Moyer back to Dyson Williams, behind the back.
See the lady, they got Josh Nickel on Nazimak.
And Nazimak, another bounce from McCaffrey in his tracks.
For Culver. Jackson Reed just took Sitzer down and connect.
Barger with the pass, and Robertson finishes from his knees. Joe Robertson with his 8th goal of the game.
8 seconds left in the quarter. Pass down low, backhand finish. Oh, that was spectacular from Sammy English.
Second chance for Larkin. The feed, LaDoyan scores!
Council is going to have an opportunity.
Johnson does win it herself. 3 seconds. Chloe Johnson. She didn't get it off. Bishop Ireton, with its never quit attitude, comes back from 4 down. Over the last 9:50 of the second half to dethrone Good Counsel. The Cardinals, WCAC champions, here in 2016.
Cutters right now. She'll come out in front. She shoots and she scores. The sophomore does it.
Taylor Cummings can't believe what she just saw.
Position that changes the game. The guy who revolutionized that skill. Greg Gorenlian brings the best face-off guys in the country together for the National Showcase. And there it is. Nick Rowlett, the class of 2018 champ. Now, your national champion.
Great job.
2017 Face-Off Academy National
Well done.
Showcase.
You are the national champion. Hold it up high, baby. The Academy Cup to my man.
Lost momentarily by Cornell, but he was able to grab it, the goalie, and a turnover. Thomas, wide open net. What a save!
This is Wade. Up down to Matten. And a clean save by Fayak, and he chucks it the other way. And it goes in the goal. Unbelievable.
Ball is placed. Here's the whistle. Rodriguez battles back from a 3-1 deficit to win the championship. 4 games to 3 over Kalos.
Made a really good save.
Got it.
Spallina fakes going behind the back, then comes to the middle and scoring again. Spallina's 5th on 5. Over the middle and behind the back this time. That's Petramala to Spallina for the goal.
And score in the first half. Feeds to Flaherty, rebound. Spallina goes airborne for the finish. Still to come on the LSN 5-year anniversary special. We were the broadcast home of Major League Lacrosse which means all kinds of amazing moments and plays. We will relive them coming up. Plus, our international coverage has featured world-class athletes, guys like Dehoga Nanticoke, girls like Caitlin Wurzberger, both throwing down between-the-leg goals. We'll show you those moments and more when we return. Another behind-the-scenes look for you here, a look at some of the organized chaos of the studio inside the LSN Broadcast Center on a busy day. This coming during one of the episodes of one of our original signature programs when we launched Tilt and Flow. Well, as the first and only broadcast media outlet covering lacrosse, it has been our mission to bring you unprecedented access and coverage of the sport. To that end, LSN has had more than 75 shows in this 5-year history. Some of them one-off specials. Some have been going since day one, like Lacrosse Now. Here's a sampling of some of the many programs we've brought to your TVs, computers, and phones. One of my favorite memories of our first year here at LSN in 2016 was talking to Nick Myers live on Lacrosse Now, just after his US U19 men's team came from behind in dramatic fashion to beat Canada to win gold in British Columbia. That ended up being just the start of our international coverage here on LSN, including eventually getting a chance to watch world champions crowned right here on the network. Why don't we take a look back at some of the best moments?
And there you have it. The gold medal is going England's way once again. For the 9th time, the European Championship is finding its way back to the UK in the hands of England.
Welcome back to Sparks, Maryland, the new U.S. Lacrosse headquarters for the USA Fall Classic, presented by U.S. Lacrosse.
Straight on. They've been taking a number of low-angle shots.
Fortunato diving and finishing. Would you expect things to possibly change as the NCAA changes things? As McCool goes top shelf for the finish.
Here comes Team USA in the other direction. Morgan Stevens. She gets the ball up to Alex Aulist. Uneven situation. Give and go shot to score. That is just one of the many great events here at US Lacrosse. And how about that? Kylie Ohlmiller.
It's unlike anything I've ever done. That's for sure. It's an incredible opportunity to even be a part of this team. So I think that the chance to get to compete against the best players in the world, the best team in the nation collegiately is something that I'll never forget no matter what the outcome of this weekend is.
Remember Ohlmiller, a 6-goal game against the University of North Carolina yesterday. Behind the back finish for Kylie.
1 minute left to go. There will be no overtime if this score remains tied. Nielsen steps around, shoots and scores! Hannah Nielsen!
Between Erline and Baptiste. And again, it's going to be Team USA with possession. Baptiste with a clean win there. Here comes Team USA in transition. Quickly getting it up, dumps it off. And an easy goal.
Good defense by James Madison.
Very disciplined so far. There's Trainer with a chance and a goal.
college. She went 52 and 23 in goal for Syracuse. Great addition to Team USA.
On the move again. Oh, what passing and goal to Kylie Ohlmiller.
Here comes Team USA. Katrina down on the long pass. The flip to Kayla Trainer, and she finishes. Racing into the offensive end. She looks to go one-on-one, gets it off to Tumalo. Behind the back, Katrina down. Welcome back to Team USA for Katrina. Nice play around midfield there by Ali Palermo. Gets it into the offensive end. Backhand shot goes. Welcome to U.S. Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland. Lax Sports Network here to present the U.S. Lacrosse Under-19 Blue-White exhibition game from Tierney Field. 50 of the best Under-19 players in the country, all looking to make one final stake in front of the coaching staff for the Under-19 team that will head to Ireland for the World Championships. Xavier Arline just inside the far pipe. Here's Kurtz. He had a couple assists in that first half. This time gets a goal to go.
And Canada wins it. The final score 10-7 over England. And Canada will move on to take on the United States. And time will expire, and Australia wins bronze. Set to go again, USA in their blue, Canada in white. Skane able to pick it up. Skane jutes her way in front. She shoots and scores. Team USA with an 11-2 lead. Here's McMahon with a good try and a shot between the legs. Score here for Team USA. And that will do it. Team USA, the gold medal winners.
A microphone when we're not on camera. White tank top and cut off jean shorts. I don't know what's going on.
Having a summer here in Vancouver.
Jackson!
They keep inching in. There's a shot saved by the belly pad of Warren Hill, who hits his man Hogan Nantico coming off the bench. Penalty to the States. One hand, underhand, rolls it in.
Turn out of the corner. Now Low shoots it low. Hill stopped it. Rebound, Dixon! Shot from Jackson. Oh, Mikey Pullen!
Cutting it through the middle, bodied, one-handed, scoop, close, Howler, my goodness!
For the 5th straight time at the World Championships, they're bronze medalists.
2019, who will it be? Runners-up every single time have been the ones who gave us this sport.
He spurred the comeback against Team USA in the second half. Sid Williams scores! Dobie will pick it up on the flank. Dane Dobie coming in. Little hesitation on Jackson. Dobie! Church running a little pick for Dixon. Superman is in the building.
That ball.
Here's Dobie. Flip it. Matthews. Oh, what a goal from the mailman. Dragging his left leg behind him when he runs. Like he can barely pick it up. Dobie. Crease. Jackson. Smith. Count it. That's a comeback here in the fourth quarter. 8:40 to go in it. Here's Lyle. Scores! Canada, 5-time world champions as they beat the Iroquois 19-12. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard.
The 2019 U.S. Lacrosse Fall Classic live from Tierney Field in Sparks, Maryland. Tonight we bring you a doubleheader featuring national teams from the United States and Canada. MC Arsenal dumps down to Dowd. Players moving. Taylor Cummings catches in.
Really making the United States work for everything. What a pass by Cummings.
Trainer! Good look there for Erica Evans. Quick restart here for the Canadians. And Dobie a little behind the back flip. Evans catches in front. There's Dana Dobie. What a catch to keep it alive. But her pass is intercepted by Allie Kennedy. And check the speed.
Wow. In the open field, they just cannot catch her.
Quick pass to Apuzzo. Dishes across to Ohlmiller. What a performance from Team USA from Tierney Field in Sparks, Maryland. Time for Game 2. The men's senior national teams from the United States and Canada. Canadians. Far side, a diving finish. That was something special from Ryan Lee. Completing the hat trick, and the Canadians have a 2-goal lead. And another face-off win here for Ignacio. He goes right to the goal. Make it 3 in a row for Canada. They're up 5-2. World Championships. During one of those exhibitions with Team USA, he made a heck of a play at the end of a game as Greg Goredlian answers. This is Jeff Teat skips down to Joel Tinney. Now Connor Kelly from way downtown, and he finds the back of the net. Manny winds, fires, and scores. Will Manny's got the U.S. back within one. Back out to Kelly. Still plenty of time for the U.S. Shot and a score! Will Manny ties it up! He scored the game winner against Team USA. Now he's scoring a game-tying goal for Team USA. And Joe Nardella and Mark Glicini team up to win the face-off. 24 seconds left. The U.S. now a chance to win it. Score! Team USA and Joe Nardella, the face-off man, all alone, gives the U.S. the lead. And the U.S., down by one with under a minute to go, scores 2 goals in the final 40 seconds to walk away with a 7-6 win over Canada. Look out for Newman, and that is a top-shelf snipe.
Backed up by the United States, another chance here.
Tumalo feeds across. Trainer backhand.
WPLL taking on Team USA. 6v6 discipline, the trial rules used to try to get lacrosse into the Olympics.
It's out there, how often the middies running back and forth as USA works it around a little bit. Cummings looking over the middle. The skip pass is a good one to Alice Mercer. See the defense also getting into the action as everyone's up there right and close. It's Kylie O'Miller who scores.
They're trying to do it strategically in that midfield. That way we have that read.
Oh, what a move inside there by Emily Peros. The Stony Brook senior gets it out, and they're going and they're running once again. It's Harashuk finding the cage. Ball on the ground. Kennedy scoops it up. We got a 2-on-0 here for Team USA. Let's see what Kennedy does with it. Couple fakes, and she hits the back of the net. Joe Miller here on the right side. 3-goal lead, looking for her shot, and scores. And that onus on the shooter to be safe. Daleson goes behind the back.
What a gorgeous shot.
Team USA beating the WPLL 19-16 here at the IWLCA President's Cup in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Nice steal away. Brennan O'Neill. One-on-one with the goalie, and he cashes in.
Probably the best one-on-one cover defenseman in this US U19 group.
O'Neill all the way in, dives, and the goal counts. Earhart moves it along home in a near impossible angle, and he finishes.
Coming up next, looking back at some of the great goals and plays for Major League Lacrosse broadcast on LSN. Plus, we visit with former LSN host and analyst and MLL All-Star Josh Hawkins. That when the LSN 5-year anniversary special returns. Welcome back to this LSN 5-year anniversary special. When the network launched back in 2016, it became home to Major League Lacrosse. Games, drafts, shows, interviews, just about everything. Bringing you MLL action was a big part of our focus, and we had an MLL player on staff. Our first analyst and host, Josh Hawkins, and he joins me now. Josh, it has been too long since I've seen your face. What's going on, buddy?
It's good to see you. It's good to be back in the studio virtually with you guys. It's awesome.
Everything's virtual, so even if we wanted to bring you back from Hawaii, I don't know if we could right now. So we're going to do this and kind of go down memory lane a little bit. Take me very back to the beginning. First impressions, you were new to the whole TV thing, too. First impressions of walking into LSN and trying to figure this thing out back in December and January 2015 into 16.
Well, I don't think anybody really knew what they were doing, but it was a ton of fun. I mean, I think, we were just talking beforehand. Everybody did a little bit of everything, and, we figured it out and we made it work. And, it's awesome to, have moved on and still see, the success that you guys have. So it's no, it was a lot of fun being part of day one. I remember doing my first on-cam green screen test and not having a clue about what I was doing, but just jumped in and, had a lot of fun. We were working with a lot of great people. So that made it easy. It was interesting along the way, but awesome to be a part of. I miss it sometimes.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying, like, I miss working with you, and you miss, especially in this industry, you miss the really good days. And one of the reasons that we're here 5 years later is the contributions you made as an analyst. And you were doing something that was maybe a little uncomfortable for you. Like, you're working as an MLL analyst during the week and then taking the field against some of the same guys you're talking about on Saturdays and Sundays. What was it like being an analyst for your own league in real time?
It was, like you said, it was probably uncomfortable in some moments, but it was fun in, most of the moments. It was, so I always love, doing something new and I love change, and, starting with LSN, coming from coaching, I was just totally open to, everything and anything. And so, playing and commentating at the same time got interesting at points. It was hard to obviously be in studio after a tough loss and then talk about why we lost the game. And just certain situations and talking about my peers, right? The peers that I'm on the field with, and then having to either chirp them or give them their praise, and navigating that was definitely fun for me.
Josh, I'll apologize now for all the times I said, hey, so why did you guys struggle yesterday in Denver?
It was like a constant interview at some point. So it was it was tough to relive, to live down some of those games a few days after.
But there were a lot of good things that we brought you from Major League Lacrosse here on LSN. So we say goodbye to Josh. Thanks for the time, man. And we leave you now with some of the best moments of Major League Lacrosse on Lax Sports Network.
The 2016 Major League Lacrosse Collegiate Draft presented by Cascade. We do have a trade to announce. It just was announced here as Atlanta picks up Scott Ratliff, the defender from Boston. In that trade, Boston also sending the 2016 15th overall pick and the 2017 third-round pick in the supplemental draft. Meanwhile, Boston picking up Brody Merrill, Mike Pellegrino, and Justin Turri, plus the 2017 first-round pick for Atlanta.
It feels like a big weight off my chest for sure. It's been an interesting offseason. With the announcement of the team, I definitely knew that this is something that could potentially take place, and kind of sitting in limbo and not really knowing for sure where I was going to play was stressful. So I'm really excited to just know now and move forward and be a part of this organization.
The Atlanta Blaze, with their first ever collegiate pick in Major League Lacrosse history, have selected Miles Jones, midfield, Duke.
Scott Ratliff, such a key acquisition for them, coming over from Boston, a shot to score, and there is your historic first goal.
Nice move by Casey and a goal.
Powell gets it done.
Leader this evening starting to come now.
Getting that Preakness range.
Pinnell with a shot and a goal.
Cannons will have 3.3. Belial go long, and it's in the net! Are you kidding me?
Get out of here!
It's in the net! What was Brody Merrill?
And so there was 3 seconds left on the clock, and both Mitch Belial and I grabbed the ball really at the same time, and I just said, I'm gonna try 2 here, and just threw up a prayer, and didn't really even see it go in. Just saw the reaction of my teammates, and obviously we were all really excited, and just that we had new life and to send the game into overtime.
Manny, great night with 6 goals. Ebola, goal! Davey Ebola has won it for Boston.
Here comes a roll.
Fire! Oh my God!
Westberg leaving with style.
That's right.
Look, I've ever seen. I have to say, this is a first for me.
Yeah.
This is a first. I've seen plenty of athletes ejected from games
Rip
before.
their jerseys off.
We're never taking a sort of a victory lap.
Yeah.
On the way out, signing autographs.
I'll sign a few
That's
of
kind of
these.
cool. I like that.
Adams gonna hurry. Adams, the stop, and a goal! Brett Adams, superb! To Miles Jones, ride by Hawkins, and Hawkins wins the turnover. Outstanding play, here he comes. Josh Hawkins with 2 goals tonight.
Hawkins, the ride, and the goal! Oh, that was pure effort once again by Josh Hawkins.
Florida looks to send the legend, Casey Powell, out with the win. Here comes Casey Powell. Working against Hawkins. Powell dodges, fires, and scores!
I'm going to be heavily involved in the game. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just won't be wearing this 22 jersey anymore.
The possession continues for Pinnell on the rebound. They get a stop here. Mark that save down. But they don't! A new record in Major League Lacrosse for RP3. Oh my! He just took Jackson Place to school.
He's telling his team.
I don't think he has to nowadays. It's John Grant Jr.
Flu or something?
It's certainly not the problem tonight. Oh, man.
Be a tremendous asset to individual players.
Junior scores while falling down after that.
Run 2 ball on the Major League Lacrosse All-Star Game.
MVP Junior. Absurd. But they got to find a way to contain this man. He's looking for 8 is enough, and he gets it.
Stop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stop. He would curl you.
I mean, I'm doing my 25-pound curls. This
9.
has 9 times.
What's the...
Junior with 5 on the shot clock.
Oh.
He's got it! He's got it! Major League Lacrosse history!
19-18, your final as Denver wins its second Steinfeld Cup in the last 3 years.
We had our backs against the wall, and these guys just keep coming back. All year they came back. Tonight things weren't looking so good at halftime for us, but they just, as their hashtag says, they refuse to lose.
Are we going to see you next year?
I'm just going to worry about tonight first, not next year. I'm going to win the post game, and then I'll worry about that at a later time.
It's just an incredible team effort. I don't know what to say. It was awesome. It was awesome.
It's incredible. Second title in 3 years feels pretty good, and to have family here and to win it for the Denver organization and keep growing the sport in Colorado, it's a dream. It's awesome.
Seconds going over the top and beating Adams is Kavanaugh.
Finds Wolf. Wolf, as has been the case in the second half, checked by Sullivan. Draws the double team. Shot score between the legs, backwards, tumbling is Boltus.
Travis Eldridge alongside Evan Washburn here for the 2017 MLL Draft.
With the first overall selection in the 2017 Major League Lacrosse Collegiate Draft, the Florida Launch select Dylan Malloy, Brown attack.
I mean, it's a pretty great feeling. I couldn't be more excited to be helping out the Florida Launch now when I'm moving forward with lacrosse, and just excited to play more lacrosse now.
The second pick in the 2017 MLL Draft, the Boston Cannons select Sergio Perkovic, Notre Dame midfield.
This is awesome. I'm super excited to be a part of Boston. This is actually my first time in Boston this weekend, and it's an amazing city, and I've had an awesome time, and I'm excited to get drafted by Boston and play for the Boston Cannons.
Flags down here. Byrne throws us a warm out. What a goal! Falling to the turf backwards. Remarkable goal by Byrne. Fourth we go. Here's Crotty. Crotty heads behind, kicks it out. Here's Williams. He scores! Peacock in front. Behind the back shot and scoring is Matt Danowski. Trying to dodge inside. Now the shot and the goal. A golden goal by Marcus Holman.
500th career point for Paul Rabel.
The Bees' Greg Gurenlian becoming the first player in MLL history to win 2,000 career face-offs.
The Boston Cannons trade attackman Will Manny to the New York Lizards as part of a deal that sends midfielder Dave Lawson to Boston. Manny, one of Boston's captains, was leading the Cannons in points with 30 on the year, comprised of 18 goals and 12 assists. He was drafted by Boston back in 2013 and recently passed the 200-point mark for his NLL career.
Yeah, that shocked a lot of folks. In return, the Cannons get Dave Lawson, who was also named to this year's All-Star team. The Middies spending parts of 2 seasons in New York after initially being drafted by Ra Cha Cha back in 2013. Lawson helping lead Duke to the NCAA championship that very same year, Margot.
Here it is in full detail. The Cannons send Manny and Joe Locascio to New York in exchange for Lawson and defensive midfielder Chris LaPierre.
Rabel, oh, what a pass in front from Manny.
And Thompson, can he get one off? Wow! Inside for Jordan Wolf. What a stop by Nico Amato. Rebound in front, picked up by White. Unbelievable finish! Joe White!
It's not often that you see a toe drag in the MLL, let alone a pole doing a toe drag. So where did you kind of pick that move up?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, it's funny because I've only been playing long sticks since my freshman year in college. So I mean, now it's a long time. But you know, when I first started, that's why I cradle at the top of the stick, because I didn't really know how to do that with a pole. I was a short stick growing up. I played lacrosse forever with a short stick. So you know, that's where that mentality comes from. That's just I put my hands as wide as I possibly can and try to act like it's a short stick.
Here's Lyle Thompson, 4 goals, 2 assists. Very comfortable. Oh my God!
Pass in front, knocked away by Kelly. He'll fling it the length of the field. Oh!
It was definitely a special moment, something I'll never forget. I don't think I'll ever do something that cool ever.
Canal up top, Ratliff in the middle from Matthews. Tough pass, even a harder shot.
You gotta be kidding me.
Scored that, and a flag comes down.
The Metro teams within one and a half games of each other. And this game, part of a series of back-to-back.
And what a goal that time by Dylan Malloy. Connor trying to work his way in. Oh. And what a goal. And Josh Byrne finds the net.
If Chesapeake continues to stay organized and work a two-man game.
Nowski to Byrne, who scores.
Inside, behind the back, does it go in? It does! Another terrific goal by the Rattlers. Mike Lazor finishes.
Sometimes for young rookies, that's what it takes. You know, goals early, and you can tell he's starting to feel it.
And he did it again! Directly in. Face-off win. Takes it the other way. Like a Mack truck coming down the field.
All right, so with 3:24 left to go, walk us through maybe some. Oh, that's a great check by Carol Lunas
with the old.
We haven't seen that check in a long time.
Butt end. Uh-oh.
And all of a sudden, we're tied.
Miles Jones, little give and go to Colin Heacock. Down low to Josh Byrne. And ladies and gentlemen, there is your Major League Lacrosse rookie record holder now for goals in a rookie campaign. 45 seconds left to go. Byrne, one-handed. A thing of beauty. Josh Byrne.
Which is why you're seeing
Shot.
Score! We're knotted up at 17 apiece, and then under 5 minutes to go, it's McCardle one more time. This time feeding Mariano. 18-17. A couple of big saves from Austin Count down the stretch, and that would be it. The launch into the MLL playoffs for the first time in franchise history.
And I want to thank you. I want to thank my team. I want to thank my coaches. I want to thank my family. I want to thank you guys. Because I love you. Thanks for loving me.
The Denver Outlaws are heading back to the championship game.
And they will win on their home surface to advance to the MLL championship game.
And the winner is Jack Kelly, Denver Outlaws.
Thank you. Just want to say thanks to everybody who voted for me. More importantly, congrats to the other nominees. They were fantastic. Any of those guys could have won this award. Special shout out to Austin Count, who wasn't nominated but just was incredible to watch this year. Thanks to my family, friends, girlfriend, and especially my teammates. You guys are awesome.
And the winner is Tom Schreiber, midfield Ohio Machine.
Hey everyone, checking in from the Minneapolis airport here. Just wanted to say thank you
for this amazing honor, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Congratulations to Jack Kelly and Peter Baum for unbelievable seasons, and a huge thank you to just everyone on the machine. I think this is a year where we could add 5 or 6 guys on our team that are more than deserving for this honor, and I think this is really just the result of amazing team play, and can't wait to get after it tomorrow. And again, a sincere thank you to everyone.
They would go on to win 17-12. Quite a run to finish this game. Marcus Holman picking up MVP honors with 4 and 3.
Yeah, I feel great. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. So I don't have many complaints. And again, to be here and to win with these guys has just been incredible.
It was incredible. I think I wasn't sure how it was going to feel. In college, you go through all the stuff you go through, and then you win one. And I wasn't sure if it was going to be comparable, and I was completely wrong. This is incredible.
I kind of just was like, guys, we're playing selfish lacrosse. Like, guys are trying to do it on their own. Our defense wasn't communicating. Our offense wasn't talking. And, I just really challenged our team that that's not who we are. And if you want to go out like that, I'm not going down like that at all, because that's not who we are.
With the first overall selection in the 2018 MLL draft, the Boston Cannons select Trevor Baptiste, face-off, Denver.
It feels great. It's a huge honor, and I'm really excited to be able to play at the next level.
With the second overall selection in the 2018 MLL draft, the Atlanta Blaze select Connor Kelly, midfield, Maryland.
It's an awesome experience. Obviously, the MLL is a great league. They have so many great players, and to be held in that such a high regard and to be drafted at number 2, it's truly an honor with such a great class that I'm competing with.
With the third overall selection in the 2018 MLL draft, the Charlotte Hounds select Connor Fields, attack, Albany.
It's really exciting. Just hearing my name called, and thank you to Charlotte. Really excited and I'm grateful for this opportunity.
Kavanaugh works his way inside, slips behind the back, shot counted.
Rambo against Dundon. Rambo falling down, backhands one in.
Stutter step, trying to get free, feeds it behind the net for Pennell. Pennell in front, put it past the Bartlett, behind the back, scores it.
The only guys at the X today. And Dallas with the ground ball. Lazor had it, but he's dispossessed. And Earhart gets it.
Caro, Tucker, Zaponte.
There it is, got to have that grounder though.
Ball in from his knees. What an incredible goal by Ryan Tucker.
Whoa. In front, and Dallas wins. Ty Thompson from Jordan Wolf.
Left-handed attackman. And there's a goal. I believe it's Cannizzaro. No, beg your pardon, Marcus Holman going to the ground, and he'll get the first of the season for Ohio.
Individual effort there from Marcus Holman off the quick restart. And this is what you want to see out of Marcus Holman.
Across the field, feed to Holman, and beats Drew Adams, and then jumps into the arms of Ambler. Holman, bang. 1, 2, 3, and Holman buries it into the back of the net for already his 4th goal of the first half. Buries another one for his 5th of the first half. That was a new angle. Normally you see Holman on the wing, but this one from out on top of the point.
I'm laughing because it's, once again, Schreiber to Holman. The point is he looks off Holman. You see him look him off. Do you see that?
Unbelievable. Holman for his 7th again from Schreiber after the pass was deflected by Zenker, and Marcus Holman's 7th of the game.
And guess who's wide open in front?
Marcus Holman, one-on-one with Adams, scores!
Still 25 minutes of game left.
Holman sheds free of the defender and bounces one in for his 9th goal. Ohio now has an 18-7 lead, and Marcus Holman has got half of them. There has been little hesitation for Marcus Holman today, as he now has his 10th of the afternoon. Number 11.
But I think on the machine side, everybody knows how good they are. Marcus Holman with 11 goals. I'm not really surprised with that, to be honest. He's dialed in right now.
Standing ovation in the stands for Marcus Holman, just announced as that 11th goal. Even his teammates dropped their sticks and were applauding down there.
Yeah, I mean, you find yourself in that flow state where you can't really see anything, and you're kind of in the zone. And my teammates are continuing to throw the ball to me and get me open. And when they encourage me to shoot the ball, man, I'm going to let it rip.
Hurry. This is the matchup you got to look out for.
Oh, Pannell with a wild move.
Like we see here with Marcus Holman being guarded by a shorty with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, what a shot! Backhand by Holman. Playing in the indoor league with the Georgia Swarm. Trevor Baptiste, there's number 1! Armour racing downhill, kick out by McCardle. And a beautiful shot and a finish by Brian Cole.
Lots of space. And a save made by Kelly.
And he beat him to the end line. Unbelievable.
First he made the save on Marcus Holman.
It's not just the save, but look how he just gets on his horse.
On Connor Busak. Otherwise, I mean, those are just good goals.
Good pass out front. Oh, Kelly makes the save. Literally took it right off the stick of Dylan Malloy.
Now Courier. Trying to get around Bassett, and he shovels it home.
Rabel able to recover. Looking for that point to go ahead, and there it is. The new MLL all-time leading scorer.
We are tied at 3. Oh, behind the back shot counted for Will Manny.
Right-handed from the invert.
3 seconds on the shot clock for Cuccinella. One-handed wrapper scores.
Look at this move. Smell you later. Stick a corner with no angle. That's ridiculous.
Cloutier gets free. This kid. Come with Cloutier.
I mean, Denver's going to be missing a number of guys the next time they're out against.
Oh!
Goal is good. It is good.
Boy, Ballestry. Oh, wow!
Here you go, Miles Jones. 2 goals through 2 quarters.
Gets his 3rd on the dive.
Team USA taking on the players that did not make the cut. ML All-Stars looking for some revenge on this team. Here's overtime, and here is the game winner. The hero of the night for the ML All-Stars. It's Will the Man Manny from the wing. He scores the game winner, and the MLL All-Stars will go on to win this one 15-14.
Down by 4 or 3, and with 4.5 minutes left, you're in a good spot there in the MLL, just how fast the game is. So Connor Busak is a man and runs through the checks, and then at the end, right, that's lacrosse in a nutshell, where you're just in a great spot at the right time. One slight decision by a defender to go underneath a pick and shoot from 8 yards, and I was fortunate enough that went in.
But go at this with only 4. Palasek got in front and scores!
Nice.
Huge goal by Tommy Palasek.
Ends up in a possession for the other team. Connor Kelly, great save by Austin Kaut. Here comes Kaut out of there with it. Look at Austin Kaut going across midfield. Austin Kaut taking a 2-pointer. How often do you see that, Jazz Woodson?
Oh, great find.
And
goal.
McCardle!
Coming into this game, and I think Adler was just like, hey, don't forget about me. Zach Courier, the highlight reel goal.
I think that one might have hit the back of the net on the far side. And of course, Gutterding, the rookie, and then able to keep his stick away from 2 really big swings by Durkin.
And as this right out in front. Oh, what a save by Gettleman.
Holman, bounce pass in transition, score!
He's open too.
Tyler Warner right in front. Save made by Rogers.
It looks like maybe Jackson Place got a stick on that one. Goosed it out.
Oh, what a pass by Malloy.
Rogers.
His attention to detail off ball is impressive.
Behind the back, Lyle Thompson. 10 on the shot clock for Williams. Skips one through. Pannell, there it is. The record, breaking his own record with now 75 points. You make it look easy. Give us a little bit more insight about how much really goes into what you do. Oh, whoa. Give us a little more insight as
that scared me, that noise.
Yeah.
The MLL semifinals, and we are underway in Annapolis. Here we go. Thompson with 2 seconds. Passes
and the pass was high, and the time runs out, and the Denver Outlaws will in fact go back to the MLL championship game.
So play by Joel White, who's stuck with it, and Joel White lays out. 2 seconds, 1, and guess who's got it? Fittingly, Galloway holds on to it. Dallas going to the championship game.
It's the MLL Honors Award Show, live from Charleston, South Carolina.
Receiving an award with Coach Huntley's name on it means absolutely everything to me. There's so many things that come to mind that I could call on about him that affected me and influenced me in the last few years and getting to play for him. But the truth is, to be included in a list of names like that with guys like Josh Hawkins and John Galloway, that really means everything. And probably the number one thing that drew me to this league and to playing pro lacrosse was to put myself in an environment where I could be around people like that. And Coach Huntley, everything that he did for me as a coach, the biggest thing that stood out to me was the impact he made on me off the field, the interest that he took in me off the field, and not just me, but every player. I don't think there's maybe anybody in the history of our sport that's made an impact on indoor lacrosse, outdoor lacrosse, Canadian lacrosse, American lacrosse, in the way that Coach Huntley did. So it's an absolute honor to receive this award, and I'm really grateful. Thanks.
And this year's winner is Rob Pennell. Attack up for the New York Lizards.
This is Rob Pennell's first Most Valuable Player Award. Earlier tonight, he was named the Offensive Player of the Year for the second time in his career and won the Rookie of the Year award in
Lobs one back up top, and a shot by Kavanaugh, scores.
Wasserman with a beautiful split, and a shovel to the top corner.
Zach Courier going at it with Justin Kugel from the Cannons, and Courier got some words in on the field, a little bit of pushing and shoving there. Got some in off the field as well afterwards. Take a listen.
It's lacrosse. Sometimes you have games like this, sometimes you don't. If we play them tomorrow, we could have a friendly game, who knows. But today got chippy, and at the end of the game, you have to put it all aside and shake people's hands. So the fact that 77 thinks that you can just walk off the field and not shake hands, like, what a baby.
11 final. Malloy with a nice little tap to himself. Malloy rumbling towards the cage. Overpowers Edwards, spins and scores!
Right there, they got numbers coming back. They send it to Commizio on the side in the middle. Shot, save Morocco!
Coming up next on the LSN 5-year anniversary special, we'll take an even deeper dive into some MLL coverage, remembering our championship documentaries with the Lizards of Awe, Weathering the Storm, and The Blueprint. Well, much like us here as a network, the pro women's game has evolved a lot over the last 5 years. I'm able to say that I've broadcast not one, but two first ever Pro Women's Lacrosse League drafts. And still, the reaction of players on social media as they were picked in that original UWLX draft, players realizing they could play pro lacrosse for the first time, was a really, really cool moment. Why don't we take a look back? And we are just minutes from the first ever player being drafted into United Women's Lacrosse League. History in the making. We introduce you to the commissioner of the league, Michelle DeJulius, to introduce us to the first ever UWLX draft.
With the first pick in the 2016 United Women's Lacrosse League draft, the Baltimore Ride select Katie Schwartzman, midfielder from the University of Maryland.
There you have it. The two-time Towards On Award winner, Katie Schwartzman, goes in the first ever pick in the UWLX.
I'm extremely honored to be selected first, but more importantly, I'm just so excited for this opportunity for all of us to continue playing after college.
Making history tonight here at Lax Sports Network, the first ever Women's Professional Lacrosse League draft.
With the first pick in the 2017 Women's Professional Lacrosse League draft, the Philadelphia Fire select Kaylee Waters, goalie from North Carolina.
I'm pretty pumped, a lot of mixed emotions, surprised, excited. A lot of excitement and happy feelings.
The inaugural WPLL exhibition weekend. The main event coming up, the showcase game between the Navy team and the White team. Operating from up top, gets a step, good switch on the defense by Colleen McGarity, and then a shot and a score.
Still more to come. You are watching the LSN 5-year anniversary special on Lax Sports Network. So we now have another one of the original faces joining us. We've got Margot McCauley coming in. Margot, it's been way too long since I've seen your face. It's good to see you. How are things?
Things are great. They're a lot different from when I left LSN. As you can see, I've got, if I could point to it, a little guy now and a fiance, and just couldn't be happier.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about 5 years and all that has changed here in this place in terms of the people that work here and the things that we do, but also all of our lives over the course of the last 5 years. Take me back to the beginning. What are some of your earliest memories, especially of that first night when we launched, because it was chaos?
It was chaos, and I feel like it's one of those things almost like being an athlete where everything happens in the moment and you don't even remember it the next day because you just have so much anxiety and, all of your emotions and adrenaline is going. And I just remember going in before all of those days and prepping and practicing and getting to know all of you guys, and then just kind of the excitement and the countdown and all the different things and the moving pieces. And of course, we didn't even have our full set and we were just kind of working with whatever we had. But the chemistry and the dynamic between the six of us that were on cam and everyone that we had behind the scenes was honestly the best part and what made it so much fun.
Yeah, and we think back at the beginning, and it was a temporary set. Honestly, the day of, we thought we had everything planned out, and then we kind of threw some stuff out the window. We brought in new stuff. It was just a little nuts, but it's like a playbook in sports. The playbook's good until then you get into the game, and then you just throw it out when something goes wrong, and that's what we did. We just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we worked for a long time, just trying to figure out even what people wanted to know about, what people wanted us to talk about, what kind of it was that the lacrosse world needed in the coverage that we were doing. And it was really fun to see how each of the different personalities that we had were able to kind of meet different pieces. And, I just had so much fun being a part of it, getting to grow in the lacrosse family along with LSN. And, those relationships are some of the ones that I cherish most, and just getting to know people through interviews and seeing all of the people who would come on and talk about different things. I mean, just to think about that first day and not really knowing what to expect or what we were going to get or who was going to be watching and who was going to give us any feedback, and to see how it's grown is just, I'm just so proud of LSN and so proud of you guys. It's a really cool thing to know that I was a part of that at the start, and to think back to the madness and just kind of where it is now, it's really cool.
Yeah, we still don't know what to expect every day. Every day is a new adventure here at LSN. Margot, it's good to see you again. We appreciate the time. Thanks.
Bye.
Well, as we near the finish line of this LSN 5-year anniversary special, we'll look into the window of the documentary that helped us to find the network. Stay with us. Welcome back. Part of covering sports isn't just bringing you games, it's telling stories. And we've tried to do that over 5 years here at LSN with how we've told the stories of news of the sport on Lacrosse Now each night, and also through documentaries. We did that in an in-depth way for the Major League Lacrosse champions in 2015, 2016, and 2017. The New York Lizards, the Denver Outlaws, and the Ohio Machine. I personally think it's some of the best content we've ever aired on this network. Unprecedented access and behind-the-scenes details of those championship seasons.
This team is pretty special.
It was special for me, it was special for Rob, it was special for Greg, it was special for Brian, all for different reasons, frankly.
We're a close team, and we love each other on the field and off the field.
In my opinion, is one of the greatest teams to ever play in this league, and there's been some great ones.
Seconds to go. Unterstein on the handle. Time is going to run out on Rochester. And New York is going to do it for the first time in a dozen years. The Lizards are MLL champions. The long wait on Long Island is over. The Steinfeld Cup is going back to Hempstead. The Lizards have done it.
The New York Lizards' 2015 Major League Lacrosse Championship could be described as a coronation. A foregone conclusion from the moment they completed one of the biggest trades in league history. But for the team itself, it was far from an easy journey.
For an outlaw to exist, one cannot avoid that from which the term came. On this night, in order to knock Ohio out, Denver relied on law.
I looked up at the clock and saw that there was only 30 seconds left and knew that we were going to need to make a play.
Snyder across the midfield line.
We transition, sub the defensive players off. I come on, I get it. Kind of a little bit of a hairy situation, and I see Jeremy behind me.
Trying to win it here for Denver. Shovels back to Seaverts.
I just called for him to drop it, and he just, without hesitating, flipped it back to me, and I caught it.
I could see the whole thing. I was directly behind him, and I saw Eric flash from behind the goal, and I thought, oh, he's open.
I've had a lot of people ask me if I was shooting or passing.
It looks like Jeremy's about to kind of wind up and shoot.
I didn't think he was going to shoot it. I think Eric did. That was probably more important than what I thought.
I see him winding up, and in the back of my head, I'm thinking he's shooting this 100%.
I was passing 100%. He wouldn't have caught it if I was shooting.
Eli just kind of flashes his stick and kind of cuts into that. There's a little gap.
His defenseman was a little too far off of him, and he got right in that seam where Scotty Rogers couldn't come out of the cage to intercept it.
And the only thing I could think of was kind of put myself in a position that if there was a rebound, I could get there and maybe try to pick up the trash and sneak in a garbage goal.
Jeremy throws it right into it. Eric makes a great handle, turns.
He had, some space, threw it to him.
Eric made it unbelievable grab off his shoestrings and then shot it sort of around the defender.
It was a great handle, and the finish he made was spectacular.
Fakes in front. Law shoots, he scores! Eric Law scores for Denver with 12.9 to go in regulation. The Outlaws have taken the 19-18 lead, closing in on the championship.
I don't know how he did that, some kind of fold-over shot that he was able to put in that opposite low corner, which was just absolutely insane. I could not believe it.
Glad that this was the thoughts going through my head, because I was happy that it had, because as soon as he threw me the ball, my mind went blank, and it was just see the ball, catch the ball, and get it off as quick as you can. And so I just kind of turned, and I think I surprised myself, just along with everyone else, that it actually went in.
I remember him scoring and jumping up and going crazy, but then looking at the clock and seeing 12 seconds. His celebration was awesome. I remember that, and I remember being like, wow, we just went up one in a game that everyone counted us out.
That's one of the beautiful things about Major League Lacrosse is the game is always in reach.
And that's it! For the second time in 3 years, Denver does it! The Outlaws are 2016 Major League Lacrosse champions!
The successful construction of any machine typically follows a blueprint. An idea is formed, pieces are assembled, and manufacturing begins. The word awesome is often overused in the realm of sports. But when describing Marcus Holman's fourth quarter performance, that word, like his shot, was accurate.
And then Marcus, I don't know what happened to him. He drank some of Michael Jordan's secret stuff or something, and just took over the game from there.
It's scary. That's a scary thing, you know, because once he's feeling it, you know, his shot's very deadly.
Holman shoots, he scores! Marcus Holman, a long-range rocket. It's Holman who finds it. Free, righty hammer. He scores again for the machine. Final moments, shot clock. Holman is free. Marcus Holman cranks. He scores! Marcus Holman, the long-range hammer, blisters it past Kelly. 5 straight tallies for Ohio.
I was glad to be able to be the guy to spark us. You know, if you would have told me I would have scored 3 straight goals in the fourth quarter, I would have told you that you're a liar, because I've never done that, I don't think, in my entire lacrosse career. To see him be the guy to go lead us to victory and sting 3 goals in 4 minutes or whatever it is to win us the championship, it was amazing.
On the heels of Marcus Holman's natural hat trick in the fourth quarter, the Ohio Machine defeated the Denver Outlaws 17-12 to win the 2017 MLL Championship.
And there it is! For the first time in franchise history, the Ohio Machine has won the Major League Lacrosse Championship. The Machine has motored to the title. All cylinders firing. Ohio has done it.
It was another first for Ohio.
It was such a back and forth game, and then the run we went on happened so quickly, and there was so much emotion and energy surrounding it. To kind of see that clock hit 0 and just be like, wow, like this is it. It happened. It's done. We did it. And just to get it run together and seeing guys crying and jumping up and down, it's pretty amazing. That's what you dream of as a kid. You know, I've had that dream in my mind, you know, since I was 12 or 13 years old, being the last team and being able to lift the trophy over your head. You know, to be able to see this through and finish it the way that we did.
The 2017 Machine followed a blueprint that had been set 4 years earlier.
And that brings us to the end of our 5-year look back. I hope you enjoyed our trip down memory lane. But before we go, I want to say a thank you to you. To anybody that has watched a game, documentary, show, studio clip, anything, thank you. We would not have made it here to 5 years without the support of people in the lacrosse community. We hope you'll stay with us for year 6 and on. We'll see you then.